Welcome to Coffee and Cashflow. So today we have Meg Mutt. She works with a lot of Airbnbs, and I know this is a super hot topic. So if you're considering starting an Airbnb business, this video is for you. We're going to teach you kind of how to get started with the Airbnb game and how to start a profitable Airbnb. So let's dive right into the video. Welcome to Coffee and Cashflow. In this series, we sit down for coffee with real estate investors who are working towards financial freedom, one income property at a time. If you are a real estate investor or aspiring to become a real estate investor, this show is for you. So Meg, welcome to the show. This is going to be an exciting one because I know a lot of people, they want to start Airbnbs. It's typically a lot more profitable than traditional long-term rentals, but there's a lot more moving pieces and it's a lot more active income because you have to have cleaners, you have to have staff, like there's things going on there. So let's talk about how to start a profitable Airbnb business and what things people should be doing if they're just starting out with this.
Yeah, this is a big topic.
Yeah, it is. It's huge.
We'll get it together. So the thing that I first started like realizing with Airbnbs is like me and my husband like to go skiing.
Yes.
And we rented a 3-bedroom for $2,600 and that was on discount. And I'm not saying that it's like not a lot of money, but it's like kind of a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, dang, like this guy makes he's gonna make $10,000 if not more just in 1 month. Okay. And I'm not saying that it needs to be, $10,000 every single month. While that would be great, I just need it full for a third of the year to cover my costs of buying it, right? Taxes, insurance, and then also just like not having to, pay a mortgage, and also going to like get to enjoy my house.
Yes.
In Vermont, and not pay $2,600.
So you did Vermont.
So we did Vermont, yeah. So Vermont's actually a great place to invest. So if you're like thinking about it, it's a great investment. Yes. In order to make more money, you have to do more things, right? But there's ways to automate it. So I always say like, okay, what are the challenges that I'm going to have as an entrepreneur in this business, right? So like, what are the things I'm not good at? So like, and what are the things that I don't want to do, right? So I don't want to like hear about like someone and like the bath towel and I like, no, at 2:00 in the morning, you're not going to hear from me. So you can hire other companies to be able to do all those things and automate them, right? And then same thing, like you can have cleaners, you have to have cleaners, you gotta have a plumber, but like it's like anywhere, you have to have a plumber, you have to have people that can come and do work on your house. So those are kind of the people that you would need to hire. But let's say for instance, like my husband and I were gonna buy it as a second home, 10% down. So that's cool.
That's great. Yeah.
That is cool. And then if you're not buying it as a second home, you can also buy it as, there's like a bunch of, investor cash flow programs out there. So if you put 20% down and you have, a decent credit score, and as long as the rental income from the area pays for the mortgage, taxes, insurance, like $1 more, then you can buy it. So you don't even have to have an income. The property just has to have the income.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways to kind of go about doing that. The other thing you have to think about is, furnishing it. So when you go in there, something that you're going to have to anticipate as a cost is probably anywhere from like $10,000 to $20,000 of furnishing in general. So, there's just, you make buku money though.
I heard it's great. Now there is one thing I wanted to ask because I know certain parts of different towns and things, because I looked into this in North Conway and they were cracking down. I know Newport just cracked down. I know certain areas they're starting to put regulations in where you can't do short-term rentals under 30 days. So what kind of due diligence would you suggest before someone pulls the trigger on a particular town?
I always say pull the trigger.
Okay.
Well, because it's still real estate, right?
True.
So so even if you're doing 20% down and it pays for itself, right? You're still having money flow through you, right?
You're getting pay down, appreciation.
Right? Exactly. So, but yes, you should call the town and see if it's, if there's any regulations. Some will ask for a tax. Or they'll ask for, however many guests or a percentage. I don't think it's a percentage of the sales.
Some do permits too.
Some do permits. So it's a good thing to definitely go ask. But again, knowing that there might be a time that the regulations might change. So you always have to look at that. But at the end of the day, again, it's still real estate. You know, you're just making more money because you're being more transactional.
Yes, exactly. And the turnovers are a lot higher. Right. And the big thing is like, how much more work do you think it is than a traditional rental? Just so in case someone's like a long-term investor, like, oh, maybe I want to dabble and get into this Airbnb game, because some people have built giant Airbnb portfolios and they make a lot of money every month. But maybe someone's like a regular investor and they want to know, how much more work is this going to be?
Again, it's going to be like setting up, it's a hotel. You know, there's occupancy rates, right? So, you know, another good place to start is Air Bnb. And you have to, I think it's like $30 for a town, but you can literally put in the address that you're looking to purchase, you know, and it will show you how much it is per night, what the occupancy rate is. But it's also good to just look on Airbnb and know where, you know, what they're getting for the entire year, like how much the pricing is.
What the comps are.
Yeah.
That's
so
huge.
You need to know your comps. So you definitely need to do research. But one of the investors, I was like, okay, so you have 6 properties. Okay, so for instance, one of the investors, he has 6 properties. Each property, he said, brings in anywhere from $150,000 to $180,000.
Gross or net?
Gross.
Okay. That's still
Who
good.
cares?
Yeah, no, that's still good. Do you have an idea?
Not who cares, but like.
Do you think the net's like 30%, roughly?
So he
40?
was saying, so the numbers that he gave me. So anyway, so it's great, right? So he said, for instance, on his $180,000 one, and these were like, some of them are like 2 bedrooms in like Mystic. But so anyway, so $180,000 minus $80,000 of expenses. Okay, so you're left with $100,000, and then your debt service. So however much, you know, if you're 50% loan to value, whatever it is. So if you put down 50%, you're making $50,000. If you put down 20%, you know, you have that extra, you're making $20,000. So it's still a great.
Still very profitable.
It's still very profitable.
Yeah, good cash on cash return, at least, you know, I mean, it sounds like it's very profitable. So that's excellent. And he's running about 6 of these right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So he must have a team in place. Now, are they all separated or are they all in the same location?
Some of them are in different locations. Yeah. And then he has a team that helps kind of facilitate, you know, the check-ins and stuff like that. But the thing that was, you know, I sort of asked him about his criteria, you know, because you always want to know like what investors are really looking for, like what is your criteria, how much money do you want to make, what's your timeline, you know, all the things, how do you want to use it. So, he had said, you know, within a 5-minute walk to a coffee shop, within 10 miles of a university, you know, so people are coming to visit their kids, they stay there, you know,
smart
graduation weekend, people are staying there. And he also said, you know, I have some kind of hustling, bustling downtown where, like a Mystic, you know, their tourism, they're paying for marketing for people to come. So that was something that was important to him. But like for myself and my husband, we're gonna buy a property in Vermont, and you know, nightlies are anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a night, and occupancy rates. It's really a 4-season area because
that's huge.
You have skiing, people coming up for fall,
hiking,
yep, summer, weddings.
That's huge. That's like the perfect location then.
Yeah, and then we get to go.
Yeah, so it's a win-win. It's a huge win-win. Now, do you run yours on the electronic code box, like the code key things? Have you ever seen those?
Yeah, there's like you should buy ring ones, and then you should get the electronic code ones. There's one I forget which.
I think I know which one. I have a friend of mine that's doing short-term rentals. Yeah. And it's like a little lock box, and there's numbers on it, and you can reset it and set temporary codes, and it's really good. Yeah. I mean, it's a little pricey from what I've heard, but it's well worth the investment, especially if you're going to run it from a long distance.
Exactly.
Because you're how many hours out from yours?
We're buying it. We haven't bought it yet.
Okay.
For like 3.5 miles. 3.5 miles.
Hours.
3.5 hours.
Okay. So 3.5 hours. So you that's a good ride. So you want to make sure that you have a system to manage it out there. Yep. So the biggest part of this sounds like getting the right team in place. I mean, that's probably the hardest challenge. Everything else seems to be kind of gravy as far as the numbers go. It just seems like the most challenging piece is getting the right plumber, the right electrician, the right cleaner, that stuff it needs to be done ahead of time, but once you have that in place, it kind of
Yeah, and you can
rolls.
find checklists, you know, of
Yes.
cleaners, what they need to do, what they need to look for. So that's all out there.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's really good. So you do recommend short-term rentals. It sounds like you have quite a few friends doing it.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, it's super popular right now.
Yeah, it has to be in the right place. It can't be out in like
The middle of nowhere
that
where no
one
one's
wants
going to
go.
vacation.
Exactly. So
Yep.
like, don't be stupid.
Yeah, buy the right vacation
Exactly,
destination.
yep.
That's
And do your
huge.
research for sure.
A lot of research, right? I mean, you don't want to get into a mess where you're negative on the property and it's not renting.
I mean, even if you could just figure out how much it would be able, you would be able to rent it out regardless.
As a backup, like an
Right.
exit strategy. Like, what's the
Exactly.
actual monthly rent if you just got a normal tenant?
Or
in
if
there?
you're like, I just don't want to do that. So I
Yep.
don't like it.
How much could you sell it for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how much can you rent it for?
Exactly.
Just to have like month to month. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. It's so much easier month to month.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good feedback. So anything else you want to throw in there? Or
I would just say, just do it. Just
pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. I mean, you know, there's people are talking about like, oh, I'm going to get another job. You're like, why don't you just try investing in something?
Yep. Create income.
Yeah.
Income
Like, I mean,
streams.
even taking out, I mean, I only would recommend taking out a HELOC in a small amount, obviously, to buy more real estate. Never buy a car, never buy anything. Don't do anything.
Liabilities,
buy real
yeah.
estate. Yeah. But if you're able to buy real estate, I think it's super important for you to continue to be transactional and build your portfolio and be diversified.
Yes, diversification is key.
Yeah.
It really is. So that's good advice.
Yeah.
That's really good advice. So if you have questions about Airbnbs, if you want to check in and see how Meg's doing with hers, drop it in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. And if you like this kind of content for real estate entrepreneurs, real estate investors, smash the like button and subscribe because we come out with new content on a weekly basis. Thanks so much for tuning in and have an awesome day.